Hello and welcome to Love Anything Art. Today I will show you how I made this collar necklace with a really cool simple pattern. First, you'll just need some scrap clay. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is my container of scrap clay, which I really need to organize, and I will do that actually in a minute. But basically you just want to take any kind of scrap clay you have. I'm just going to get to the bottom of my pile here and just pull out a bunch of itty bitty tiny little pieces that I have that aren't really going to be used for anything much. So I'm just going to take a bunch of those and set them aside. Just a bunch of little scrap pieces there. The bigger pieces I'll save for later for something else. Once I have a good amount pulled out there, I'm just going to start smushing it together and forming it into a big blob and then rolling it out. Oh yeah, get the cat hair out of there too, by the way. And then you just want to roll it out and just kind of condition the clay a little bit. It might be, some of the pieces might be a little bit hard. And then once I have it pretty good and conditioned, I'm just going to start to roll it out into a log shape. And you'll want the two ends to be thinner. So as you're working it, just apply light pressure in the middle, and then as you go out towards the sides, you can apply a bit firmer pressure. And that way you can get an even roll, and your ends will come out thinner than the center part, which you want to be thicker. And you'll want to make it the length of however long you want it to be around your neck. I've measured mine and I'm ready to go on to the next step. Just basically fold it directly in half, and then you'll want to start pinching down where the fold is, making it come to a point. While I'm kind of working that, I just want to welcome everybody to my channel. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I do come out with videos once a week, every Tuesday. And if you'll just hit that like and leave me a comment, I would really appreciate it. Just keep working it into a pointed shape. And I'm going to make the top kind of come up and over, like a little hump there at the top. Just kind of perfecting it, just using my fingers and a tissue blade, any kind of tool I have, just to smooth everything out. I'll flatten the center piece here, and then I'm going to leave it rolled out as it goes out towards the thinner tips. You could actually probably make something out of scrap clay like this, just making a necklace. You could probably come up with a pretty cool pattern like that. But basically just kind of working it, putting my final touches on there, getting it to look how I want it to look. You can put it in whatever shape you like too. I will gently pry it up from my work surface. And I'm going to use a bowl and place my necklace on the outer rim of the bowl here. And just kind of bend and situate it to look how you want it to hang around your neck. And then you can just use your fingers and kind of smooth everything out. Make sure that the back 2 points line up evenly so that one side is not higher than the other. That way it sits perfectly on your neck. But just press everything into place and get it all nice and smooth. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to put our pattern on top here once it is baked. So I have mine looking how I want it to look. And this is basically how it will sit around my neck. And go ahead and bake that. While that's baking, I'm going to mix some colors. Just kind of wanted to customize a little bit of coloring here. Kind of been getting into trying to mix colors and make my own. I think you have a better variety when you start mixing your own colors. I'll take a little bit of white and a little bit of beige, and then I will mix those together. And that is my really light beige color. And then I have these two purple colors. I'll cut off a section of each of those. And then I'm going to put a little bit of that beige color and mix that in with the purples. Looks like a little snowman. Just go ahead and mix all of that up together. And I decided to add a little bit of black, just to kind of dull the color just a little bit, so it's not so bright purple. Just mix that up. There we go. Got my two colors here, set those aside, and I'll make my two green colors. So I have two different shades of green. This one is a jade, which is quite pretty on its own. You could actually just use it, but I wanted to mix it and kind of make my own color. And this is a leaf green. Just cut off a section of each of those. And then mix a little bit of black with each of those. And these are my two colors. And then my other two colors I mixed. So with my three colors, I'll have to choose which one I want for my center color. And I'm going to use this light beige color. Just roll it out into a tube shape. And it's roughly about the size or length of a finger. Set that aside, and then with the other three colors, I am going to flatten and roll those out. And these are my three colors rolled out. They're roughly about the same thickness. Each one is just kind of different in its thickness. It doesn't really matter. You can make them however thick you want them to be. With each of those colors, you just cut them down to size and wrap them around your centerpiece. I've chosen the darker green to wrap around the centerpiece, and then I will wrap it in the purple, and then wrap it in my last green color. And these are the scraps left over from cutting it all up. I'm just going to mix it together and kind of see what color I come up with. And these are the ends from the messy ends from the cane. And I came up with a green color that was actually very similar to the outer green color of my rolled up clay. But you can save that for another project. And I'm going to wrap it in a thin layer of black clay. Now that my piece is done baking, just need to gently remove that from the bowl. It looks good. And now I'll just start taking my cane that I made and cutting off sections and placing it on there. If you find that yours is not sticking, you can use a little bit of bacon bond, but I'm going to try to go about it without using the bacon bond. You can use whatever thickness you would like for your necklace. I'm kind of going somewhere between a thinner to a medium thickness slice. I'll show you right there. Now you can just place them on there just like this, and then fill up your necklace. Or it might be kind of fun and interesting if you just distorted the shape a little bit and then placed it on there. You come up with a completely different look that way. It might be kind of fun and funky. But I am ultimately going to just cut them off and then place them on there. So I've cut off quite a few larger sized pieces. So I'm going to just roll this out and make it thinner. I'll show you here the difference between the two thicknesses. And then I will just slice off a bunch of those and then roll it out again and cut off another size and then just keep going until I have them as thin as I want them. And then just start placing them on your baked piece. I'm kind of spacing them out and placing them on there, seeing how I want everything to kind of look, just to have varying shapes of my little cutouts. And then once I have them where I want them, then I'll firmly press them into place. Once I've gone about halfway, where I'm kind of running out of room to hold on the baked clay, I'm just going to start pressing all of those circles into place and smoothing it out and getting rid of any gaps and making it smooth and flawless. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. You could actually kind of leave it on there and make it kind of rustic and rough looking. But to get it extra smooth, I'm going to take a piece of paper and just use my fingers and burnish it. This is a little bit difficult while trying to hold on to the part that's baked. That's why I'm only doing halfway, and then I'm going to bake this and I can do the other half. This way I have something solid to hold on to and I'm not squishing my unbaked clay. It's getting smooth. I'll just keep working at it until I have it completely smooth. And I've gone about halfway. I've smoothed everything out. I have pieces on the front and the back. I am going to bake this. I'm going to use my bowl. I'm going to use the inner part this time so that it doesn't get any of those shiny parts on it from touching the bowl. I'm going to place it on this piece of paper. That way it still keeps its matted look and it doesn't get all shiny. In this way, it'll keep the shape, the circular shape too. Go ahead and bake that. Now it's baked and I can hold on to the baked part and finish out the tips and the ends of both sides. So just continue placing on, and then you can blend it together where the baked and unbaked pieces come together. I have those on there, they're smooth. I have that on both sides. And go ahead and bake it again. I baked it inside of the bowl once more. And this is it. You can put resin on it if you want. I did not resin it. I kind of like the matted look of this. But let me know what you think about this video and the pattern, and if you make your own. I appreciate you watching, and I hope that you subscribe to this channel. Remember, I make videos every Tuesday. I have really recently gotten into making necklaces, but I make all kinds of stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!